In a small, peaceful village, there lived a brave girl named Miley. Miley was 9 years old, with a tangle of bright hair and a heart full of courage, though she sometimes worried she wasn't kind enough to make a difference. One peaceful evening, as Miley skipped through a field of dandelions, she heard a soft sob. By a small stream sat an old lady, her silver hair like moonlight. Her eyes were misty with worry. "My beloved dog, Pip, has wandered off into the wonderland," she said with a trembling voice, and pointed to the misty forest far away. "He's been with me for many years, and I'm lost without him. Can you help, young one?" Miley's heart tugged. "I'll try," she said, though she wondered if her small acts of kindness could find Pip. The old lady, whose name was Lila, smiled gently and touched Miley's hand. "You have a kind heart," she said. "When it shines, you can turn invisible for a moment. Use it well." A warm tingle spread through Miley, like a hug from the sun, and she set off into the twinkling wonderland, where paths curled like ribbons and fireflies bobbed like tiny lanterns. Here in the twinkling wonderlands, the flowers winked with dewdrop eyes, and trees whispered secrets to the stars. The clouds floated like marshmallows, and breezes hummed soft tunes. As Miley wandered, she met a cheerful sparrow named Flick, who loved to sing but often got her notes in a tangle. "Tweet, tweet, oops," Flick chirped, fluttering into a bush. "Where are you going, Miley?" Miley grinned. "To find Pip, a lost dog. Want to help?" Flick flapped her wings. "Oh yes, let's soar." Together they journeyed, Flick's wonky songs making Miley chuckle until her cheeks ached. Soon they reached a rickety bridge, swaying over a chuckling brook. Its wooden planks creaked, and ropes wobbled like loose shoelaces. Miley's knees shook. "It looks wobbly," she whispered. Flick tried to fly across, but got caught in a gust, tumbling toward the water. "Eep," she squeaked. Miley's heart raced, but she thought of Flick's joyful songs and Ilara's trust. Her kind heart glowed, and she turned invisible, darting unseen to catch Flick just in time. Reappearing, she held her close, and they tiptoed across the bridge together. "You're my hero," Flick sang. Miley smiled, feeling her kindness grow. Deeper in the wonderland, they found Pip, the fluffy dog, curled up in a glade of shimmering ferns, looking scared. But a grumpy badger named Gruff guarded the path. "No one passes my glade," Gruff huffed, puffing out his chest. Miley's hands trembled, doubting her small heart could help. Flick nudged her. "You saved me, Miley. You're kinder than you know." Miley took a deep breath, picturing Ilara's sad eyes. Her heart warmed, and she turned invisible, slipping past Gruff to kneel by Pip. "Come home, Pip," she whispered kindly. "Ilara misses you, and I'll bring Gruff some berries tomorrow." Pip's tail wagged, and even Gruff softened. "Well, take him, kind girl," he mumbled. Miley, Flick, and Pip hurried back to Ilara, who waited by the stream. When she saw Pip, her face lit up like the moon. "Oh, Miley, you've brought my heart back," she cried, hugging Pip tight. The wonderland glowed brighter, as if the stars themselves cheered. Ilara kissed Miley's forehead. "Your kindness lit the way," she said. Miley beamed, knowing even a small girl's kindness could shine. As the sky turned soft purple and the wonderland hushed, Miley and Flick sat by the dandelion field. "We did good." Flick yawned, her wings drooping. "Time to snuggle up and dream." Miley nodded, sleepy too. Back in her cozy bed, she curled under a quilt, the wonderland's glow dancing through her window. As she drifted into a sweet, peaceful dream, the stars whispered good night. Are you sleepy too, little one? Close your eyes and let's float into sweet dreams together. Once, in a whimsical kingdom where the sky shimmered like a sapphire, there lived a princess named Ilara. Ilara was kind-hearted, brave, and clever, always eager to help others. Her home was a grand castle where chandeliers twinkled like constellations and secret doors opened to a sparkling meadow where flowers glowed like tiny moons. Ilara loved her kingdom, and her people loved her warm smile. One chilly morning, a curse fell over the land. Snowflakes danced endlessly, and a frosty wind whispered, "Winter will stay forever." The kingdom's flowers hid, and the meadow's sparkle faded. Ilara's heart ached for her people who shivered in the cold. She learned from an ancient book that a mystical crystal ball, hidden deep in the kingdom, could break the curse and bring back spring. "I'll find it," Ilara said, her voice steady, ready to save her home. As Ilara slipped through a secret door into the sparkling meadow, she met a wise old owl named Orin, with feathers soft as clouds and eyes like golden lanterns. "I'll guide you, princess," Orin hooted gently. "The crystal ball lies past 2 trials, and your kind heart will light the way." Ilara nodded, grateful for her friend, and they set off, the meadow's glow dancing around them. Their first trial was a rickety bridge over a silvery stream. The bridge swayed, its ropes creaking like a lullaby. Ice coated the planks, making them slippery. "Be careful," Orin warned, flapping beside her. Ilara took a deep breath, thinking of her people's cold hands. She moved slowly, her kind heart keeping her steady. When a plank wobbled, Orin hooted, "Sing a kind wish." Ilara sang softly, "May warmth find us all." The ice melted just enough, and she crossed safely. "Your heart is strong," Orin said, his eyes twinkling. The second trial was a misty maze of glowing hedges, where whispers confused travelers. "Only truth finds the way," Orin said wisely. Ilara walked, the mist swirling. Voices murmured, "Turn back." But Ilara thought of her kingdom's frozen flowers and spoke truly. "I seek the crystal to help my people." Her kind heart glowed, and the mist parted, revealing a path. Orin nodded proudly. "Truth and kindness guide you, Ilara." At the maze's heart, they found the mystical crystal ball, sparkling like a star. But a grumpy frost sprite guarded it. "This is mine," she huffed, her breath icy. Ilara didn't flinch. She thought of her people's smiles and Orin's wisdom. "Please," she said kindly, "share the crystal, and I'll plant warm roses for you." The sprite's frown softened. "You're kind," she said, handing over the crystal. Ilara's heart swelled, knowing kindness had won. Ilara and Orin hurried back to the castle. Ilara held the crystal ball high, and its light burst like a sunrise. The curse broke, snow melted, and flowers bloomed again. The meadow sparkled, and the kingdom cheered. Ilara saved us. Orin hooted happily, and Ilara smiled, her heart warm. The castle's chandeliers glowed brighter, and spring wrapped the land in a cozy hug. As the moon rose, soft and silver, Ilara sat with Orin in the sparkling meadow. The stars winked and the flowers whispered good night. We brought back spring. Orin yawned, his feathers fluffing. Time to rest, Princess. Ilara nodded, feeling sleepy. Back in her cozy bed, she snuggled under a blanket. The castle's twinkling lights peeking through her window. She dreamed of meadows and stars, her heart full. Are you sleepy too, little ones? The kingdom is warm, and the stars are watching over you. Close your eyes, snuggle tight, and drift into sweet, sparkly dreams. Once, in a cozy village nestled by the twinkling wood, lived a 9-year-old girl named Lila. She loved stargazing, watching the sky twinkle like a blanket of diamonds. But deep down, Lila worried she wasn't brave enough for big adventures. Her village glowed softly, lit by stars that sometimes fell into the wood, shining like tiny lanterns among the trees. One quiet night, as Lila gazed out her window, a tiny star zipped down and landed with a gentle plink on her windowsill. It shimmered and whispered, "Lila, please help us. Find the Starlight Key to save our light." Lila peeked outside. The village's glow was fading, like a candle growing dim. Her heart fluttered with worry, but also wonder. A soft breeze carried a glowing figure, a star fairy named Sitara, with wings like silk. "The Starlight Key is hidden in the twinkling wood," Sitara said, her voice like a lullaby. "It must be returned to the Sky Queen to restore our light. Will you help Lila?" Lila's hands trembled. "I'm not brave enough," she murmured, but Sitara smiled. "You have a heart that shines. That's enough to start." Lila took a deep breath, feeling a spark of courage, and nodded. Sitara handed Lila a tiny silver compass, no bigger than a button. "This points to what you need most," she said, "but it only works when you believe in yourself." Lila tucked it into her pocket, its warmth calming her, and stepped into the twinkling wood. The trees glowed with emerald leaves, and fireflies danced like floating stars. As Lila tiptoed deeper, she heard a thump, followed by a squeak. A squirrel tumbled from a branch, landing in a heap. "I'm Pip," he chirped, brushing off his fluffy tail. "I travel a lot. I'm a great companion. Where are you going?" Lila giggled. "To find the Starlight Key. Wanna come?" Pip's eyes sparkled. "Oh yes, adventure time." Together they wandered, Pip tripping over twigs and making Lila laugh. Soon they reached a wobbly vine bridge strung over a giggling stream. The water bubbled and splashed, tickling their feet through the vines. "Whoa!" Pip yelped, swaying wildly. The bridge rocked and Lila's heart skipped. But she grabbed Pip's paw and said, "Step with me, slow and steady." Hand in paw they crossed, the stream giggling below. On the other side, Pip hugged Lila. "You're super smart." Lila blushed, feeling a little braver. Further on, a boastful owl perched on a glowing branch, his eyes like moons. "Solve my riddle or stay here forever," he hooted. "I'm tall when young, short when old. What am I?" Lila thought hard, remembering her stargazing nights. "A candle," she said. "It's tall at first, but burns shorter with time." The owl blinked, surprised. Clever girl. Pass." Pip cheered, and Lila smiled, her confidence growing. At last, they found a prickly hedgehog, surrounded by piles of shiny treasures, buttons, coins, and the gleaming Starlight Key. "That's mine," the hedgehog, keeper of the key, grumbled. "I love shiny things, and I won't share." Lila's compass spun wildly in her pocket, and doubt crept in. "What if I can't do this?" she whispered. Pip nudged her. "You crossed the bridge and solved the riddle. You're amazing." His words warmed her heart. Lila closed her eyes, believing in herself. The compass steadied. Kneeling by the hedgehog, Lila held out a smooth, shiny pebble from her pocket. "Trade this for the key?" she asked gently. It's special, and I'll visit you to share more." The hedgehog's spines softened. "You're kind," he mumbled, handing over the key. Lila beamed, knowing kindness and belief had unlocked the way. With the Starlight Key glowing in her hands, Lila and Pip followed the compass to a clearing where the Sky Queen waited, her silvery gown sparkling like moonlight. "Thank you, Lila," she said, her voice like a soft breeze. She placed the key in the sky, and stars bloomed brighter than ever, bathing the village in a warm, golden glow. The villagers cheered, calling Lila a hero. She blushed, but stood tall, her heart full. Late that night, as the stars dimmed to sleep, Lila and Pip sat on a hill. "We did a great thing," Pip yawned, his tail drooping. "Time to go home and snooze." Lila nodded, sleepy too. Back in her cozy bed, she snuggled under her blanket, the compass glowing faintly on her nightstand. As she drifted into a sweet, peaceful dream, the twinkling wood whispered, "Good night." Are you sleepy too, little one? Close your eyes and let's float into sweet dreams together.